Therefore, business, the freedom of business must be coupled with other freedom. Then you are truly free. Then you can attain oneness with God. In this connection, I'd like to read just a few lines from a letter the Master wrote to me quite a few years ago, which explains it most beautifully, how other freedoms are necessary. Not only success in business, but success in other ways. He says, "Dear Doctor, financial freedom can bring spiritual freedom only to those who are trying to be spiritually free and on the watch." You see what it means? If you're engulfed in your business and you forget God, you are lost. You will not be free. And he goes on to say, otherwise, financial freedom is the cause of bondage, harbinger of all false happiness and sense pleasures. You have seen people who are attached to money. They have barrels of it, but I wouldn't swap places with them for anything. They are a mess. And if you could see inside of them and see the restlessness and what they go through, you wouldn't swap either. Why? Because they haven't attained the other freedoms necessary. Besides financial freedom, dear one, many other freedoms have to be sought. Freedom from disease, accidents, misfortunes, separation. How about those near and dear to you? When they're gone, how are you going to feel? Find God. Help them to find God. They'll be free in Him. You'll be free there. So he says these other freedoms must come also. And lastly, freedom from death. Of course, financial freedom plays an important part, but spiritual freedom plays the most important part. For you then are free when even in a cage. As I have said, even though according to ordinary conventions you are a failure, you are not. You are free because you have oneness with the infinite. Please understand and be assured that this is our greatest dash for spiritual freedom. We are striving to have financial freedom that we may attain spiritual freedom for ourselves and for others. See, there you have. The money must not only be used for your freedom, but for others. Such was the nature of the Master. And so going on, finally, if you want to Christianize your business, this is what you must do. You must inculcate Christian principles in your business. How to do it? Know Christ. Know the Christ consciousness. Know God within you. Having those, then you can inculcate Christian principles in your business. How can you unless you know Christ? Unless you know the Christ consciousness, unless you know God within you. It's impossible. And so, in the final analysis, it is this. If you want to Christianize your business, remember, you can only do it, business as a whole, when the hearts of men are changed. That's the important thing. They talk about peace coming on earth. Oh, let's do this, let's do that for peace on earth. And they try to bring this nation in line and that nation in line. It won't work. But if the hearts of men of the different nations are changed, then peace will come, because then they will see the one light of Christ, the one great light, and they will know the one common Father. So in business we must first contact God within, contact the Father within. And as His consciousness is in every particle of creation, it is in business, isn't it? Having contact with Him, knowing Christ, then your heart is changed. Then business will be Christianized. Because those who make up business, when their heart is changed, they feel they have a different consciousness, and they take God with them in every action. They take Him in their business. Self-realization gives you the ways and means to what? To contact the presence of God within. To contact the Christ consciousness, the principles of which must be inculcated in business to Christianize it. Self-realization gives you the way and the means. Follow it. Follow it. Get that God contact. Get that God contact. Get the presence of Christ within you. Merge in it. There'll be no trouble with your business. Look what the presence of Christ consciousness did to Saul. That Tartar Saul made him the great apostle Paul. That's what Christ will do to you. That's what it'll do to business. So the main thing when everything is said and done about Christianizing business is what? Get God contact. Get that divine communion. Have companionship with God. And your business will, without doubt, be Christianized.
In order to profit from these practical teachings in a meaningful way, which will have a definite and tangible impact in your life, we suggest that you subscribe to the Self-Realization Fellowship's home study course on the science of yoga. Please visit the SRF on the web at yogananda-srf.org or call the SRF's Mother Center in Los Angeles, California at 323-225-2471.